Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm nervous, y'all. I'm always nervous. Ooh, how was everybody's Ramadan? Alhamdulillah, man. Went too fast, didn't it? I shoot, it was here and it was gone. Oh, yeah. Alhamdulillah. Don't forget about us in Gary, Indiana. Before I get started, there's a diva back there on the right-hand side. Her name is Yolanda. She gonna be here with y'all. She gonna be here with y'all all weekend doing henna. So please check the sister out, because each one of us has to reach one of us to keep one of us. Inshallah? Inshallah. First piece I wrote is called Generation X. If you see me shaking, it's because I have epilepsy. So when my hands start shaking, it don't mean I'm about to crash. It just means the words are starting to do things to me. I don't want to do too much though. Come on. Generation X. How long will it take before this nation begins to stop lying and read? A can of tea and bag of Skittles made him an initiated member of the dying breed. Where in the Constitution does it grant permission to take an innocent life? How will he ever know the cries of his own? He'll never be able to take a wife. Yet we move forward with emptiness in the core of our hearts and our souls. But that's okay, because Zimmerman stood his ground, white America's new loophole. One right in our face, yet our votes can't change the future or erase the past. Trayvon will never be able to kiss his mother's tears away or graduate with his class. And no matter how loud we scream, our tears leave streaks of violence that remain muted. But who will stand for our generation? Zimmerman went free and his guilt still undisputed. How many marches and rallies can explain to you what happened to Trayvon that night? Flags flying with his blood and bullets filled his hoodie that took the place of his civil rights. While he was screaming for his life, his soul became another clear voice lost in static. Charged 3 times before dying, walking while black, male with a dream, has become asthmatic. Trayvon Martin and Emmett Till, both with eerie similarities as our future mirrored an unforgivable past. Yet we continue to force-feed history books laced with poison hooks as they treat our complexion like a rash. How will they ever find the yellow brick road to guide them while these devils continue to rumble? When they've been stripped of their ability to stand their ground, when faced with the enemy, they are forced to stumble. Little boys and girls running to hit the floor when pops are heard asking, "Mama, will I be next?" So instead of last names on birth certificates, sisters, we should name our children Generation X. Still nervous, y'all. Can't do the next case. I was told 2, but they said I can do 3, inshallah. All right. Next piece is called Clonership. While we sit back waiting for a solution, poverty and diseases continue to clone. Purchased by inalienable rights that alienate our very existence, we are not our own. Carving copies of insanity, spreading hatred, and intentionally infected with ignorance. Fatherless sons begin to kill their own seeds because they have been deemed insignificant. A society of mindless millionaires continue to pull the strings on pockets, dominating our brain. Then we wonder why television shows have no batteries in their control. We've given them free rein. Microscopic intelligence sheds false light on the empty shadows of our souls filled with their perception. Selling to the highest bidder only to find momentary relief because we auctioned our own conception. Created from a single drop of blood our ancestors died for, now used on scientific tables as bargaining chips. How can we continue to thank the Lord for the gift of life when prayers roll off forked tongues and ruptured lips? Sister Renee is one of the sisters that really know me. And in March of this year, I had to go bury my brother in Macon, Georgia. And my brother had a problem with drugs. And when I was preparing for the show, and alhamdulillah for the wonderful opportunity to be here with y'all again, I wanted to write about it. As a poet, I'm not always able to put names and things. So on the back of this one is a picture of my brother's obituary. And my brother never got a chance to hear me. He was always supportive, but he never had a chance to hear me. He never heard what I felt. He never heard me recite. So I would like to dedicate this piece, Tears of Affliction, to my brother Ivory David Petty's I Will Always Love You, and here it is. 3 years ago, he became a dead man walking, as emotional malnutrition laced his coffin. As she swallowed the regurgitation of his choices layered in sorrow and suffering far too often. Woundless mother sat at home, praying on blistered knees, left crying and confused. Screaming for Allah to have mercy on her soul, my forehead bumped so hard it's bruised. I beg the Lord of all mankind to let his trials be nothing more than just a test, to allow me, the stronger one, to bear the burden of wearing his narcotic letters on my chest. Each line he snorted cost him his life, but his memories are far too deep to ever be hollow. See, I was once the little girl who ran to the door, searching for his footsteps to follow. The husband and father killed his dreams as we buried his corpse, praying for the ease of his afflictions. My hero started searching for a simple high, playing Russian roulette with the gins of his addiction. My brother lost his manhood in the gutter while our mother searches for solutions in the book of Psalms. The frailty of her being as her long search for breath. Mama, don't worry, I won't allow you to fall, because for you I'll be strong. With this ink I seek forgiveness for not being able to be all he needed me to be, and maybe a little bit more. And see, it doesn't matter to me that he's gone before me, because I'm still a little girl waiting for him to come through the door.